Alright, this is Calibos, and we are playing Planescape Torment, and I am dying a lot. So, we've finished we've killed the mage. There it is. Now we need to, go down and... So we could fight our way through the room. Was it here? So this was I'm betting this is where we need to go. Where is the key?
Done.
Is that not? Nope, nope. Come back here.
I'm gone. Damn. Folly. The rock sings true.
Alright, let's see what we've got. So let's move all the rat charms to her. Because she probably can use them being an actual rogue. Blood charm. Claw charm. Alright.
Okay.
All right.
Bronze ring. What is that? Okay, so we made it all the way through.
Done.
Do we want to just fight him?
All right. Die.
You see that?
All right.
Alright, let's not fight him because there's a
Done.
lot. Maybe we'll kill them later. see if there's a way through here. So there kind of appears to be. But maybe not. Maybe you can only approach it from the side. Let's go in. There we go.
All right.
Dead Dabus. You see the body of a Dabus. The stench of decay is overpowering. From the looks of its rigid, unnatural posture, extreme rigor mortis has long since set in. As you reach out with your power, there's a faint stirring in the air, and the Dabu's body blurs for a moment. You feel a strange, wrenching pain in your skull as if someone is hammering on it sharply, desperately. Try and focus. Your vision goes black for a moment, and the hammering pain fades until it sounds like it's coming from outside your skull. The darkness clears, and you hear the hammering coming from outside the building. The entire building seems hazy, somehow confused. As if you were seeing it through a mist. The hammering dies, and you suddenly see a spectral version of the Dabu entering the building. As it does, the windows and doors become like water, suddenly sealing over the entrance the Dabu came through. The Dabu turns, pauses, then begins a slow circuit of the room, examining the walls and hammering on each one as if testing it. The Dabu completes its circuit of the room, then pauses by the door it once entered. It begins hammering, chipping away the stone, but with every blow the wall repairs itself. The vision fades to black, and the hammering continues, first at a steady pace, then slower and slower. Your vision clears as the hammering ends, and you are once again standing beside the corpse of the Dabu. It looks like it is withered away here, trapped in the building. Well, awkward. Wait. What's that? Nothing. Nothing.
I'm gone.
What is this? Greetings. Dabu cocks its head slightly to one side. A number of symbols stream across its head, most of which indicate surprise and distress rather than words. Dead? Where? Truth. It lies in the abandoned building not far from here. It looks as though it got trapped inside somehow. The Dabu stares at you briefly, then floats off in the direction of the abandoned building. Sweet. Just want to see if it gets stuck. Ooh, man. Oh, it locked the door.
Ready.
And you...
Why not?
Oh yeah,
All right.
we may have killed a Dabu. How even do we get here? Well, there's a gate. This is the place. I found you lying right where we stand. You stare in awe at the bizarre spectacle before you. What had appeared to be an ordinary, unremarkable brick wall now throbs and pulsates with movement. The wall expands with curious elasticity, heaving outward as if some unseen force were trying to push its way through the barrier from the other side. Slowly, the undulating mass begins to settle, its curves becoming more and more pronounced, and you find yourself at eye level with the stony caricature of a human face. What is that? I didn't know. Anna stares at the face in disbelief, her hands nervously fingering her daggers. But I'm for leaving before you find out. Not just yet, there's something. Suddenly a strong breeze begins to flow round you, and the air is filled with an eerie sighing. The rushing winds grow stronger, and you can make out other sounds as well. The creaking of boards, the rustling of leaves, and the grinding of stone upon stone. After a few moments, the clamor ceases to be a cacophony of individual noises and begins to blend into one articulate sound. You can make out a voice that speaks softly. It seems to come from all around you. You? It cannot be you. Do you know me? The wind around you has stopped, but the voice is still somehow present. You are restored again? I saw you destroyed. Destroyed where? I saw you destroyed here, in front of me. I see all within me. Do you know what happened? Things that cast no shadow were shadow. They rose around you, tore you down. Do you not remember? You concentrate on the strange voice composed of sounds around you. Somewhere in the deepest recesses of your mind, there's a brief glimmer of recollection. You feel as though there's something vaguely familiar about the sounds. So, we, leave places, and I've seen ghosts, kill things before. Yeah, that. Yes, you remember. The voice of the alley rings in your ears, scattering the images from your mind, returning you back to the present. Destroyed. As soon I shall be. I cannot delay division much longer. Pressure builds. Soon stones will crumble and the floating ones will repair me to destruction. Dying. Pressure is too much. Too many places folded inside. Not enough space must divide. Must be in the way. I think it's pregnant. Oh. Freaky. So where are we technically standing right now? I don't really want to know about the answer to that, Mort. Help me to divide, branch out, expand as new apertures were open. You may use them to travel to the lower ward. The floating one is no longer upon me, no longer repairs, no longer interferes. The Dabu's back in the alley. I told him about the dead Dabu. I found it left.
Updated my journal.
Yes, the floating one no longer repairs. It is now with the other. I have closed myself around it. It remains inside me forever. I see. Now that it is trapped, you can divide without interference, right? Still cannot divide. Too weak. Cannot undo floating one's repairs. Its changes must be reversed before I can divide. You must undo the floating one's repairs for me. Seek out the parts of me the floating one has changed. Reverse the changes. Undo the repairs. Must be exact, precise. Only then can I divide.
Updated my journal.
Tricks?
So she leveled, but we got nothing. So we have a pry bar now, and oh, I think I've seen the hammer, and maybe I sold it. Crud.
All right. gone.
Hmm. So how do we know where to be working? So we'll have to go find a hammer. From somewhere. Hopefully it's somewhere nearby. Oh, I forgot about these guys. Forgot about those guys.
Alas, poor that cat. Not the
What I get
feeling.
for getting into a scrape.
I'm hurt.
How many times must this fool die?
Oh, feel all stiff.
Okay, so we're gonna load the game.
You know, I've learned some new tricks.
Done.
Okay, so we'll have to do that section over. I'll just get back to you when I get there. Okay, so I've caught up on things.
Done.
And move the pry bar to dude. So I picked up a hammer as well. And the hammer nearby is so it's actually in the place where we trapped the Dabu.
I'm gone.
So I guess it's kind of a good thing that we were able to. Where's the first location? It was like over here somewhere. Isn't it? So it's a good thing that I had to redo it because I would probably have had to go back a little bit further otherwise. So this needs nails. And then there was another one over here somewhere. It needs the pry bar. Okay, so how are there other locations? Let's go investigate dude again.
I'm gone.
I have reversed the repairs as you have asked. Yes, all in his order. So I am grateful. Again, the wind begins to blow around you, this time with fierce intensity. The omnipresent sounds of the alley begin to increase volume until the soft murmur of voice is nearly drowned out by the ensuing racket. Now you must go. Division begins. The way is now open to you.
Updated my journal.
Stone face before you begins to transform once again, its mass shifting and rolling as you look on. The entire wall seems to melt before your eyes, exposing a narrow passageway beyond. The ground underfoot suddenly begins to rock violently, and the soft sighing of the wind intensifies to a more urgent, almost human-like moaning. can hear the sounds of crashing stones and snapping boards all around you as you dash into the
Updated my
passage.
journal.
Well, that's fancy.
I feel stronger.
You there, sir. You look like you might be interested in some fine clothes. Is this the one? It's a skull, ain't it? That's what he wants. Grab it. Huh. Well, monkeys. Nope. Nope.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
I'm here.
I don't mean to be rude, but I'm on duty and have no time for questions. If you'd like information, go talk to Ed Prignes. Never mind, we don't want to talk to him. So let's level. I guess that's what we got. We can level her. Ooh, stealth, detect traps, pickpockets, open doors. Backstab multiplier, 23. Yeah, that seems fair. We probably will need all of them.
My lungs feel like a chimney. Why not?
I'm gone.
Sebastian. Old man in elegant robes, his bright eyes and a warm smile. He gives you a slight bow. Good day, Cutter. I am Sebastian. How may I serve you? Greetings to you as well, Cutter. He stops in mid-sentence as he notices your scars. You see his eyes travel along them and his eyebrows arch in surprise. He returns his gaze to you. I was about to ask what I could do for you, but there's no need. I think I see why you came to me, Cutter. What? Are you trying to say you can help me with these scars? He smiles at you and shrugs his shoulders. Perhaps, Cutter, perhaps. He leans forward and begins to examine your scars carefully. He runs a finger along several of them, mumbling to himself. Finally, he looks up at you. Yes. Cutter, I can help you. I cannot cure you, but I can alleviate the worst of your condition. And your price? Ah, yes, the price. He begins stroking his chin and stares at you. You get the impression you're being weighed somehow. He seems to come to some sort of decision. I have a job I think you could perform. I've signed a contract with a certain creature. I am no longer able to fulfill the contract. It is beyond my abilities. However, the creature will not release me from the contract. Instead, it has threatened me with death unless I fulfill the contract. Let me guess. You want me to solve this problem for you? He sighs. Yes, I cannot do it myself. My reputation demands that I fulfill the contract or face the consequences. I'm at your mercy in this regard. Will you help me? What kind of creature are we talking about? Abishai, Nick, Grossock. He pauses to gauge your reaction. I know this is a difficult task, but one I think you can handle. Also, the reward I offer you is great. What were you contracted to do? I cannot reveal that information, Cutter. I am magically bound not to. That is why people come to me. They know that if I accept a contract, be handled with discretion. kind of creature are we talking about? Interesting proposal.
Updated my journal.
Yes. Need a magic weapon to cause it any harm, so check with some of the shops if you do not own one. A spellcaster can harm it as well. Grosset can be found to the east beyond the siege tower. Siege tower? Yes, beyond the market. Damn thing just appeared one day several years back. No one knows why, and no one seems to be able to get inside to find out. Confidential work. You hesitate to use the word mage. Yes, I'm not a mage cutter, but I can perform the art in my own way. I have forsaken the normal studies of magic and followed my own path. He pauses and shrugs his shoulders. It's easier to call me a mage than argue the point. Maybe he's a sorcerer. What is this place? This market or this ward of sigil? The market. Common market. Many things for sale here. Spells, potions, information, women, men. Just about anything if you can afford the price. Tell me about the ward. Lower ward. Cutter. Home of the common people and the industrial side of Sigil. It is not the slums of the hive, yet it holds no splendor such as the ladies' ward. Why is it called the lower ward? That depends on your point of view. The rich say it's because this is the home of the common or lower classes. If you ask those who live here, it's because of the portals and the incident. The incident? Yes, he frowns as he pauses to think. A long time ago, this was known as the Prime Ward. People new to the city were placed here and not allowed access to all of Sigil. There were many other restrictions placed upon them as well. Some Burke took offense to that and decided to form a rebellion. It went nowhere, of course, until he made a fascinating discovery. Go on. You see, there are a lot of portals in this area of the city, and most of them open onto the lower plains. Well, that Barmy Burke found a way to open them all at once. He allowed anything that wanted to come through the portals into the city. It became quite bloody. A terrible war ensued. Anyway, that's why this is known as the lower ward, because of the portals. How did one person open all the gates? He used an item that he either commissioned or made himself. What was it called? I remember. The Shadow Sorcerer's Key. At the mention of the key, you begin to feel dizzy. The world around you freezes and everything turns gray. You sense a past memory.
Updated my journal.
The world around you fades, and you find yourself in the darkened streets of Sigil. Your heart is pounding, trying to break free of your chest. Your breath comes in ragged gasps. You've been running for hours, it seems, and yet you cannot stop. Turn a corner, enter an alley, finally slowing your flight. You feel your strength fade as you lean against a nearby wall and try to catch your breath. You become aware of something hard pressed into the palm of your hand. Glancing down, you open your clenched fist to stare at the gem embedded into your flesh. Your body sags towards the wall until your forehead touches its cold, damp surfaces. Your eyes close and you force yourself to take a slow, deep breath. Just as you feel your strength returning, you hear a faint noise and instantly snap to full awareness. You look towards the alley mouth. At first you see nothing, just ghost visions caused by the shadow of the night. You're about to turn away when a slight movement catches your eye. Slowly, a female form glides around the corner, pauses, and then turns to face you. Your eyes travel from her slender waist towards her full bosom, and then her blade-enshrouded face. Even in the darkness, you can see her cold, emotionless eyes. The memory fades and your normal vision returns. You are standing before Sebastian in the market. He is looking at you with some concern, but this passes when he sees you're all right. Thought I lost you for a moment. What became of the key? No one knows. The key has been lost for some time now. Many believe the Lady of Pain took the key to prevent it ever being used again. I think she did too. What was the outcome of the rebellion? Well, everyone except the leader was given pages in the dead book. The leader and the creatures just up and vanished one day. Surely the lady's work. The survivors fled the ward. The fumes of the lower plains had polluted the air, you see. Anyway, the ward remained deserted until the foundry was eventually built. What is the foundry? It is the House of Godsman, Cutter. If you have any questions regarding them, I suggest you go to the foundry and ask. Our talking skull, he was kidnapped. He stares at you for some time before answering. A skull. Well, if I were to hazard a guess, I would guess that your skull is now in the possession of the Master of Bones, which means you should get yourself another skull, Cutter. What can you tell me about him? His name is Lothar, and he does not appreciate the attention of others. I know nothing of him and can answer no questions. You can actually see a hint of fear in his eyes. Let's speak of another subject. A ruined house somewhere in this ward leads to his demesne. I know nothing more. Alright, so I'm going to call it here. Seems like a good spot. I hope you liked the episode. If you did, leave me a like. If you didn't, don't. Next time, we're going to wander around and see if we can find and save Mort. Figure out how to deal with the Banshee. Maybe, get our magical stuff identified. So, yeah. Have a good night.